45 seconds PB. So they're like 3 minutes apart PB wise. But this speed run, like, it has some finicky parts in it, you have to say, and with an especially hard trick really at the end of the run. So nothing set until there's the last hit on the final boss. So I'm really excited to see this race. And yeah, what did I tell you about Dragon before? Like, he has been going through the upper bracket of our tourney tree, just finishing every race. You know, some good races, some bad races, but he made it through the finals. And Sagaz, he got bopped by Dragon in the semifinals of the upper bracket tree. And Sagaz coming back at the lower bracket tree, eventually beating me 2 times in the lower bracket finals, and now we have the upper brackets finals. It's like Dragon won one race so far, Sagaz won the other race so far, so it's a 1-1 in this final, and this is the final best of 3. The final best of 3 we're having in this tournament. And whoever wins this will be the Oracle of Seasons Champion 2018. Woo 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 woo! So I'm really excited for this race. Also, I might be joined by Mighty Mouth later, so let's see if and when he will be able to join me. And oh wait, actually, I can do something there. And yeah, like Oracle of Seasons, I don't know if you remember playing this casually, or if you're familiar with the speedrun. Good evening, Mighty.
Hello. I'm Mighty Mouth.
What's up, Mighty?
How
are you doing?
I'm fine. How are y'all doing today?
I'm splendid. I don't know if you can say that in English, but I feel really well tonight. Looking forward for this final race here tonight of our tournament.
Nice. Yes, it's gonna be exciting.
Indeed, and what I was just saying, you'll notice right off the bat, like in most Zelda games, 2D games and 3D Zelda games alike, we are running in Japanese because it's just faster with text boxes. There are no Japanese exclusive glitches though in this game, it's just like the text is faster.
And the save and quits are quicker.
Oh yeah, indeed. Like in the English version, for some weird reason, the intro menu, like the intro screen stays like 2 seconds longer or something.
Yeah, you have to wait for Capcom to go away. In Japanese, you can just skip through that. And
oh yeah.
Also, there is the facade glitch that you can kill him without actually activating his...
Oh, indeed. Is that Japanese only?
That is Japanese only.
Alrighty. Yeah, so they probably copy and pasted the code of that boss from Link's Awakening. Yeah, so we're expecting like 145-ish, 146-ish at least tonight. Oh, Dragon instantly re-entering the town. That's actually a really good strat. I never thought about that you just re-enter the town to get a different season. Making Sagaz to take the lead here, because if you're having winter in town, you have like a normally huge pile of snow and you have to go around it. Needless to say, you don't want to have that. So like in an RTA attempt, that would be very likely a reset.
There are some times if you do like hard resets when you do a restart, you can sometimes view the look at the RNG and can somewhat judge it, but that's not a 100%.
And yeah, like the intro is rather dull in my opinion. Actually, I mean you walk through the town, you get the sword in the hero cave, or what it's called, and like it's rather slow paced. I mean, like I enjoy it if I like play this game every now and then, but if you're like doing RTA attempts, the first few minutes of the speedrun can be somewhat annoying. And we might see some first differences in choice of routing here. Dragon having really good RNG here. Not killing the Zolds here though, because Dragon isn't going for any ring manipulations. He's gonna just like play it old school sort of. And Sagaz on the other hand is killing some souls there to gain additional kills because he wants an NPC appear after Dungeon 1, which is the Maple, which is like a witch, and she appears like after, I don't know, 30-ish kills or something?
Yeah, 30 kills.
Exactly, and he's gonna do some manipulation to force a ring drop, a certain ring drop, which is the, I guess it's called level 2 power ring, right?
Yeah, the level 2 power ring. It increases the damage that you deal while also increasing the damage that... It makes the run quite a bit faster by just increasing the damage that you can do. But you also have to keep taking it on and off because you don't want to have total increase in damage all the time.
Oh, beautiful mini-boss fight there by Sagaz. Getting the double hit from the bomb. Also Dragon getting that. I'm still struggling really hard with that quick kill.
So what you saw Sagaz do there, and what you'll see Dragon do, is when you go into a fading transition like that, if you mash start right away, you can go into your menu, do an equip, and then exit start, and then you can start moving immediately. Whereas if you let the transition play out fully, it takes like 30 frames, so that's a little time saver that you can do.
We can also see Sagaz there killing also some additional enemies. You won't see Sagaz, you know, you saw Sagaz only killing like the lower Zol there. And we will see both players do a hard reset after they get the big key, and that's where they start the manipulation. They have to mash through the title screen and hope, because like the title screen rolls the RNG by 1 per frame. And we'll see Sagaz just landed on the right RNG value. He only has to do 1 additional sword slash, because also every sword slash rolls the RNG by 1. And that way they also know exactly how those skeletons will move, and they will also hopefully get, if they don't screw up their movement here. Oh dear lord, Sagaz screwed up his movement. That's gonna be crucial. Oh.
Sagaz usually has backups that he can do, so let's see. I think he...
So maybe that was even intentional. I don't know about his strats regarding the level 2 powering.
No, that wasn't intentional, but
Okay.
It looks like it went... We'll really see when Maple comes around.
Indeed, yeah. I remember last race where Dragon played Sagaz. Sagaz screwed up his manipulation, and he actually had to do the race without the power ring level 2. So that can be detrimental in a race.
One also extra thing for the level 2 power ring is that the way you get it, you need to have at least 15 Ember Seeds and 1. And Sagaz got them in it.
Alright, beautiful. Oh, and he also gets the potion. That's really neat. I always forget that. The potion is like a full heal in case you would die.
It's
like
super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Like not only fairy, it restores all of your hearts.
But it also sucks when you like use it early because you accidentally die in like dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, some people, I'm not gonna call names here, are still playing the hard ring strat, so...
You know, extra safety and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it made me get into the Jesus it made me get into the lower bracket finals. So no,
Now,
was it the lower bracket finals? I don't know.
one difference that you see between Sagaz and Dragon right now is that Dragon is burning the signs. That's to get 10 rupees. That's part of Dragon's manipulation. Whereas Sagaz already got 10 rupees from Maple, so he's doing a different thing and equipped bombs when he came out as like a time saving strategy. And 10 rupees are needed later on to get boxing gloves for a kangaroo.
Exactly, that's like another neat time save. If you get the 10 rupees early, you can use that fading screen transition to do your menu, because like after that hide and seek part, there's no more fading transition.
And oh yeah, they manipulated Rosa to go on a fast pattern because she has 2 patterns per screen, so they made her go on a faster one. Also part of them. And shoutouts to the Spirits of Seasons for magically pulling a rod out of nowhere, but failing to enchant it with seasons.
Yeah, right.
Y'all really put in the work in that one.
Oh yeah, indeed. They're just like, yo, buddy, you know, you gotta move your butt a little bit here, you know. We can't do all the work for you. And as you might imagine, each season is like sort of hidden behind a puzzle or like an obstacle. First one being the switch we can activate with the boomerang. I know Mighty Moe for a fact knows all about that boomerang by now.
I love Subrosion Dance. So there's a mini game in this game called Subrosion Dancing, and Subrosion Dancing, you have to dance once and then you get the boomerang, and you're supposed to do the boomerang to cross that bridge, but you got bombs, so you can skip. However, if you want to get their 3 animal companions, one of them requires you to do the dancing 6 times in a row. That's a fun time.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you get the best animal friend for that, though, which is obviously Dimitri. But yeah, it's not speedrun approved. Though, bottom line, if you're doing the any % linked run with Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, that's actually interesting. Where did Dragon do his sword slashes? I didn't even see that. Probably did that in Subrosia somewhere. Yeah, like I said, in any % linked, you get Dimitri because Dimitri is the animal friend you get from playing Oracle of Ages, and you take that over to Seasons. I don't know if Dragon screwed up his manip there, because you want to take the RNG manip along with you. Though he might be fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
I thought he screwed it up because normally when you get rupees it's messed up, but he got it. Now, one thing, so the reason that the sword rolls RNG is because there are different pitches. There are not different pitches when you slash your rod, so you'll see both of them slashing their rods to get enemies out of the way. Also, shoveling rolls RNG, so you'll see Sagaz do different shovels based on what he gets. Or actually, that's just me when I get a unfavorable moblin.
Yeah, I mean, like, you want to carry along all the RNG manipulation all along till Dungeon 2. And that just makes, like, the moblins not being in your way, and also, yeah, some enemies in this dungeon. Like the rope room we're gonna see on Dragon's side here. All the ropes are gonna be, like, just the way he wants them. Really quick, really easy. Doing a soft reset just to get to the entrance of the dungeon again. And I guess he's gonna do some slashes now because with the save and quit he rolled the RNG again.
Yeah, he'll have to hear a certain pattern then he'll
Yeah.
slash in order to get the right RNG, which I don't think.
No. He got like, he should have gotten high, mid, low, high, and he got something else. I don't know if he just like realized, oh screw it, I'm on the wrong one, or if he said, yeah, I'm just gonna YOLO that part. Not going for bombs here. I don't know how I should feel about that. Made it. Okay, that's a relief. Sagaz picking up some extra bombs. That's really really good thought there.
That's a part of the manip, actually.
Oh yeah. Like does he waste some bombs before there?
Yeah. And it's just you pick it up there. It's like an extra sword slash to confirm where the mob. I have threw the bomb first without slashing, and it has messed.
Yeah, I remember. I guess Dragon doing the old school manip there. You get some bombs after you get the shovel. Yeah.
Some interesting differences here. So it's a second faster to do a save and quit after the
Not if you do it the way Sagaz does it.
No.
Oh, he really has to take care.
Sometimes the moblin can get in your way, so you're potentially gaining a second while risking RNG of the mob. Also, that bomb room was timed, but it's really easy for top runners. I have messed it up before, I think.
Yeah, I'd say it's not too tight. I mean, if you're playing it casually, maybe you have to like find out first and realize how to go through this room, but I actually didn't even know before someone else ever said like this room is timed that there was like some clock ticking or something. And some backup strat there, if you mess up your rupee manips, you can always pick up that chest at the bottom there, and there's 10 rupees in it. Or you get like really good rupee drops along the way like Dragon did there. But 10 rupees is enough so we can do the boxing game against Blano to get the flute for Ricky. Yay!
So here, as long as they do not go below that line below Sagaz and Dragon, the boss won't spawn, and then you can kill the boss in 5 bombs. It's a very hard boss, as you can see we don't spawn him. Scared.
Sick boss fight from Dragon and Sagaz. Really showing top-notch play here.
Dragon getting fairly good Sulfos arm. Sagaz not as lucky.
Dragon being careful here, killing those ropes. That's just really smart move in his position. Oh yeah.
He's got like 1 hit left.
Oh yeah. 1 hit or 1 drop into the pit, what have you. He's really being not in his favor there, but he will make it. Next room is like also easy, just hold down left and you will make it on the second platform there. Being really careful, and hopefully he gets like some hard drops, or he picks like the pots with hearts under them. Oh no, he just goes for a boss fight. Okay. I mean, boss is not too difficult, but you have to be careful not to accidentally step on the spikes. And we saw him moving up a little before he threw down the boss. That's like just some extra security precautions. Because like a death here would be really annoying.
So how Dodongo works is he opens his mouth to get some food in him, and you throw him a bomb because, you know, it's tasty. And then he gets bloated, so you throw him on the spikes to get rid of the excess gas. After the second spiking, he'll charge once, and the 4th one he'll charge once, and so his charge is like the term will go all the way to the wall. So they minimize that by keeping close to one side where he's close to, so that they can cut down on the length that he's actually running.
Exactly. Old strats or old school runners used to do hard-ring manipulations after Dungeon 2, but that's old news. New strats is all offensive strats with level 2 powering. And I don't know, we can probably see that the first time in Dungeon 3 on the mini-boss fight. The double damage effect is really good for boss fights.
To give y'all an estimation, it takes like 2 hits with the level 2 power ring and 4 hits with the regular wooden for each of the mini bosses in Dungeon 3. Also, you saw both Sagaz and Dragon go down to visit the Ember Seed Tree. The seed trees in this game act as warp points when you get the Gale Seeds right before Dungeon 4. So they get that point because they'll be warping back here.
Dragon skipping the Sand Seeds. I guess he's gonna pick them up later.
Yeah. So this is Blano. He's a penguin. He boxes. And this penguin has boxing gloves that belong to a kangaroo that we need to get a flute so we can go to the Dragon getting a particular
drag there.
Yeah.
I mean, I just always hold left and mash A and B. I guess that's the way Sagaz did it, and he screwed it up a little, but should be fine, yeah. Just got him from the side there.
Sometimes if you do that, you'll just sort of walk through Blano. The only time iframes want to work, apparently, is in the Blano fight.
In the what?
In the Blano fight.
Oh.
This is Ricky. He's annoying because he hops, and he always does a full hop no matter what, even if you're like half a hop from a hole. So he'll do a whole hop into a hole sometimes. And then if you're a half a hop from the screen, edge of the screen, he'll do a whole hop, wasting some time. And now Dragon picked up the Pegasus Seeds so he can run.
Oh yeah, really convenient compared to Oracle of Ages where you get the Pegasus Seed so late. The game just gives them you in this game on the way to the dungeon, you know? You don't even have to make a detour or like solve a puzzle or anything, you just know. You just walk by him and the game is like, yeah, well, some Pegasus Seeds, you know? Help yourself.
Very considerate of them to be. And
yeah.
Pegasus...
Till, like, now the game starts to really pick up, and like really gets faster.
And Pegasus Seeds are sort of like Pegasus Boots, except because you don't have to like keep running in one direction, worry about turning, anything like that. You use them, you go fast. Yeah, they're consumable, but it's easy to not run out of them.
Yeah, they boost your movement speed by 1.5. Actually, like, to me it always looked like faster than 1.5, but it's really only like 50% faster than usual walking speed. And yeah, unfortunately we won't be getting Dimitri because Ricky is the fastest. Big whoop. But you know, we don't have to use him that often in the run.
Dimitri does have the fastest Natsu area. However, that does not make up for the fact that he takes 5 minutes.
Whoa! What a jump there by Dragon. He's like started jumping over that pit so soon. That was like amazing. I don't know if that was a lucky accident or if he actually was going for that jump. Like the small little optimizations there that can like save 1 or 2 seconds. This movement is really finicky, and especially like that one cliff where you have to jump up there. That's like you can just like if you're a little too much to the left or a little too much to the right, you just stand there and wait for Ricky to do nothing, and yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
So this is the first part where RNG comes into play. So this star ore can be in one of 4 spots. not in the first spot for Dragon, not in the second spot, and in the third spot. So Dragon got third, try Star Ore. We'll see how Sagaz does. Star Ore is used to grab a ribbon to give to a Sabrosian who will go on a date with you. It'll also lead us to a conversation about essential rules for dating.
As always. And let's see what Sagaz will get here. Third try as well. The game means well, like as in equal RNG for both our races.
Third and fourth try are kind of not as great because you don't have much of a Pegasus seed going back to the market. But now, important dating tips. 1, run. You have to make sure you two are equal physical compatibility, so you gotta make sure that you're running at the same. And always make sure to equip your magic croissant to lift the rocks out of the way on your way to your meeting.
I didn't. I thought it was like rather the male, the male part of the date. You know, like the guy should show off his his strength by lifting some rocks.
Could be too.
Yeah, I never tried that while I was dating my wife, but like she married me anyway without lifting some rocks and showing my strength. So I guess that's optional, we could say.
You could wait for them to disintegrate by wind and water. Holodrum might have been rushed over, but sometimes you just don't feel like eating those croissants. And now the most important aspect of a day, always make sure you end it next to an active volcano. Like, leave them there. They will 100% go on that second date with you, I guarantee. Now you gotta saw Ricky shoot a tornado out of his boxing gloves. That's in case you don't want to risk a jump punch. You can just like shoot a tornado to the leaves over.
Yeah, jump punch is some rather weird timing. Like you have to stand and wait, jump like towards a bit. Let's see if Sagaz does it. You just like like Sagaz does it. You just mash up like really fast to make Ricky move only a tiny bit and not do a full jump, and stop when you're standing before the pit, and then jump, and right after Ricky starts jumping, then you like press also punch, which is B, I guess, and then you'll make the jump punch. I don't know if that was developer intended. But yeah, time for some really cool manipulation here. Hands manip. You can see the hands spawning like every 2 seconds, and they will spawn at that very frame in the direction where Link is facing. I guess Dragon got it right? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's some really interesting manipulation there. That looks way easier than what Sagaz is about to do, I guess. Let's see how Sagaz does it. Start is pretty much the same. Yeah, Sagaz is doing... Oh, he didn't want to have that. He didn't want to have that. So what he's doing now is he's gonna just like kill the hands, because once you're off your rhythm with the hands manip, it's like really safest to kill the hands that are like trying to grab you. Which is like a really annoying time save. That was probably like 5 to 10 seconds. So... but yeah, it's a really tough strat to learn. Like, for myself, I guess I practiced hands manip like probably something between 15 and 20 hours, I would say. I mean, like, that's really a lot, but I was really too eager to optimize the strat in that room. I guess and hope most speedrunners won't take that long to do that manipulation, but that's just like a quick info there on how difficult some of these tricks are, and our runners just make them look really easy. Killing the, I don't know what you call them, the guys that are mimicking your movement.
Mimic.
Oh, just mimics? Okay.
So Sagaz equipped the power ring when he got the hands wrong, so you'll get to see these mimics go down in one last slash with the power. Dragon not getting the jump, so he doesn't get the jump off that one.
Yeah, that thumb, I mean, like, they can be really a pain. And he was lucky there. He, like, he miscalculated there a bit, but being an experienced runner, knowing well enough when to stop. And that was some really interesting jump there by Sagaz. I've never seen that before. That's a really cool strat. And he gets, like, the, I don't know if it's like, I guess it's like a 2-frame window. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Making the difficult jump, but messing up the easy jump there in the underground section. And we can also see him being down to 1.5 hearts, Sagaz to the right here. So they have to be careful now. They don't have the hard ring. Big whoop. So, dungeon free is a dragon. You can dungeon free is a dungeon where you can really easily die if just like something goes wrong. And we can also see here Dragon having some problems with the second time before the hands minute, but he's cool with it. Just slashing the hands away.
Quick thing about this head thwomp, it's like you have to jump on the second frame that you're on the thwomp, because if you jump the first frame, you won't get any horizontal movement, you'll just jump.
Yeah, it's really weird when you're like practicing and learning that stuff. And Sagaz got a Pegasus seed drop. That's really good. That's gonna enable him to catch up a little. And let's see about his hands minute the second time. And he just gets it done well. Good job there. We can see the first huge difference between the mini boss fight you just saw to the left there from Dragon compared to the mini boss fight by Sagaz, who carefully picks up some hearts. Really good choice there. And he will throw one of those things back into the water. And we can see the enemy just takes 2 slashes instead of 4 like a dragon, and that makes like a 2 cycle or a 1.5 to 2 cycle, you could say. And yeah, also the special seeds are gonna maybe enable him to gain 5 more seconds compared to Dragon in the rest of Dungeon 3, and also on the first few screens on his way to Dungeon 4. So, good RNG for Sagaz here. Oh god. Dropping to the pit there. He didn't want to do that. Sagaz being, Dragon being on a rather good pace, I would say. Entering this boss at 33-30-ish, that's really good. Getting a good boss pattern where the boss starts going to the left. Most runners are just like standing to the left there and wait for the boss to circle counterclockwise. Also, we can see again how Sagaz's fight will be much shorter if he actually wouldn't miss his sword slashes there. Oh, and he won't be happy about that. He accidentally used the potion because he got hit a bunch of times too often. I don't know if there's like a backup strat or something for him now.
No, he just has to make sure that he doesn't die anywhere else. Which sucks, because it's very nice to have the potion for Onyx, because Onyx already does like 1.5 hearts, 2 hearts of damage, and that's like 1.5 damage of Onyx.
Oh yeah.
So this upcoming area... Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering what Sagaz is doing here. He must have forgotten that he has extra seeds. He should have used some of those extra seeds on his way from Dungeon 3 to the Pegasus Seed tree. But I guess he's probably still a little furious about that boss fight.
I
Which was
assume
really
it's
unfortunate. Yeah, sorry.
just routing choices.
Yeah.
Like, normally if I get an extra seed drop, I don't really normally change how I do menu.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice jump by Dragon there. That's Ricky movement, you know, like... And both of our runners getting good RNG and getting the Pegasus seed drop right away from one of these boss blobs. They have a really high chance to drop Pegasus seeds. I don't know if it's if like the high seed drop chance is like in general or because you kill them with Ricky.
I think it's just in general. They have a high seed drop chance. And it's nice to get Pegasus seeds because you'll have extra for a dungeon. And then also the scent seed drop is also nice because you have an extra scent seed to fight the Dungeon 4 boss with.
Oh yeah, you have 2 extra seeds for Goma, which usually are not needed, but once you screw up Goma a little bit, you're really lucky sometimes to... You will feel really lucky sometimes to have those 2 extra scent seeds. And also the additional Pegasus seeds, they're really coming in handy because this is like the longest sort of questing sequence between dungeons. Entity 4 is like the longest, I guess it's the longest split in the whole run actually. It's the best gold ever is like something below 10 minutes, probably 9:59 by Z Master, I guess. I've never seen another runner getting a sub 10 on Entity 4 actually.
So what you're supposed to do there is hit all 4 eyes at once, which Dragon did because he didn't slash his sword once. That is game logic. Do not question. Also, shoutouts to trading all your bombs for to children. Unsupervised children.
Yeah. Link is a responsible fella who cares about the youth.
TBH, Link is an unsupervised child with bombs. Where are these kids' parents?
Yeah.
Upcoming is the best part of the game.
Oh yeah. I heard like that this upcoming part sometimes is as exciting as a football game or baseball game or whatever.
It certainly can. Now here
I
comes...
can do that though. I can do that. You have to do that.
Here comes Red and Blue coming down the pike, running into Link and stealing the feather, giving him the full Zord. Little does Link know that full Zord is the same damage value as the big orange sword, with less of the downtime and also only 1 item. Now Link comes into the valley, and Red and Blue look on one side of the mushroom to make sure that no one's coming out of their house or is hiding in their backyard. You know, as you do. Now Red and Blue go on different sides. Red looks at that mushroom a really long time to make sure that no one comes out of the mushroom because, you know, people hide in mushrooms. Blue going around one mushroom to make sure that he sees Link, but he doesn't see Link because Link is, of course, hiding in such a spot that Subversion can't find him because Subversions have a very bad peripheral vision. Red going around and looking at the mushroom a little more just to make sure that no one is coming out of that mushroom. Red and Blue going different paths. Blue going up around the rocks and Red checking the seashore to make sure that pirates aren't coming up to steal their booty. Now, Red and Blue are coming down the same path, and Blue goes up and checks around the rocks. Red checks down by the seashore, make sure those pirates stay in their place. Blue, since Blue already checked on the left side of the rocks, Red, of course, doesn't go there, so Link stays there and make sure that no one finds him. Red and Blue take different paths, going around different mushrooms. Red doing most of the work on this screen, going around the mushroom and making sure that no one's coming up on any of the sides. Blue going up one side of the mushroom and is like, okay, I'm done. Sagaz on one side pulling up a fire poke. He makes sure that he needs to stay away so he doesn't die. Red and Blue taking a trip around the mushrooms, making sure that no one's around there, and then does a double take to make sure that no one does it, because, you know, after 5 screens of not doubling back to make sure that no one's hiding, they finally learn, gee, maybe I should double back and make sure no one's hiding. But of course, Link, being the superior hide-and-seeker, does not get found at all, digs up the feather in the most conspicuous hiding spot they could possibly place it, and gets rid of the Fool's Ore, because, you know, Link doesn't know too much of anything. And that was hide-and-seek.
Yeah, it's customary to spam Resident Sleeper during that part of the speedrun. Forgot to tell you that before the thing though. But oh, nice jump by Sagaz there. I'm always amazed about that conclusion with a bad peripheral vision, you know. But that totally explains why they are so like bad at detecting Link there.
It's because of the hoods. They've got hoods blocking the side.
Right.
It's also why Rosa doesn't see you. You can know the hood.
Yeah. A
Also,
really nice jump by Dragon there.
We haven't explained the seasons yet. So winter turns water to ice and piles up snow. Summer grows vines and dries out lakes. Spring blooms flowers, both shooty yippy flowers and rock flowers. And then fall ripens mushrooms and puts leaves on.
I never actually knew that playing the game casually, with the leaves on the pits with the fall season.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to do that going before Dungeon 8 to like walk over the pit instead of.
Yeah, fun fact, I remember from my casual playthrough that I actually also did the jump you do there in the speed game, of course.
Also,
and it
this
was
is
like I remember from my casual playthrough feeling like, wow, this jump is really, really hard. I don't know, like this feels harder than it should be, you know. But you know, because I never realized, oh, of course you can use fall to put leaves on them. Because I was a child, and even though I understood the game's language back in the day, then being German, I was of course not reading text boxes. Because I was lazy and just wanted to play the game. And yeah, sorry, I interrupted you there.
That's okay. Did either of them find any bombs?
I don't think so. No, I haven't seen any on Dragon so far.
Okay. They're both looking for bombs right here to make sure that they can skip a chest in Dungeon 4. Also, this is Moosh. He's the cutest and cuddliest of the animal companions. He flies. And they went into that cave to create a save point so they could save and quit instead of going back through the gate or do a save and quit back to the banana.
Yeah, nice little time save there. Shoutouts to Surreal Guy. I guess he discovered that one. Dragon having some trouble opening that keyhole. They're
Curious?
being not too far apart of each other.
No, not really. I am curious who made all these keyholes and set up all these mechanisms to, like, drain a waterfall or raise a tree.
Don't question logic in Zelda games.
You know, you're right. I don't know why. I believe Sagaz did not get the bomb, so he'll have to pick the chest up because you need a bomb here to blow up.
Yeah. Oh, Dragon have really bad RNG there with the keys. Though, like, I don't know, what's the time you're losing there for picking up that chest? Maybe like 4 seconds, 5 seconds tops, I would say.
It's not a whole lot. It's a second to push the block, and then however long it takes for the get back. And this room is slow. No matter how you do it, it is slow.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. At first, it feels really horrible when you're like, quote unquote, practicing it in a speed run. But you know, after a while, I actually rather enjoyed it because it was like, oh, it always felt like some downtime where it just like, you know, turn off my brain and sort of breathe through a little before this quite hard dungeon, you'd have to say. I mean, like, Dragon also already being down to less than 2 hearts, and there's a lot in this dungeon which like is just bleeding hearts away, like all those keys, like we see again. Dragon doing the buffer there, not being fast enough for the quick cycle there though. Ooh, he should be really careful now. Should be really careful. Ooh, oh gosh, that's a death.
That is a really bad place to die to, because now Dragon has to go all the way back, and minecarts are so slow.
They're really, really slow. And we can see Dragon, we can see Sagaz taking easily the lead now. Some nice jumps there to get that small key. And also I guess he's got the jump there with a fade out glitch again. Fade out glitch saving some time. Just to have enough time to make the cycle over the platforms there.
Shoutouts to Bebmoo for figuring that out.
I don't know, what was I really the first one who did that? I don't remember.
I'm fairly sure you were the first one.
I mean, like, it was easy for me because I was always doing hard ring strats, and I mean, I still do them. And actually, Dragon would have been also, like, not too bad around these parts if you would have taken the hard ring, because he wouldn't have died. So if you're a bad player like Dragon or me, you should always get the hard ring.
Or you could do the power ring and then you'd have a potion.
Yeah, right, but Sagaz just ripped his potion, and oh nice, that's really nice with a power ring there. Just one-shotting those enemies, that's like a really neat time save. No, not too much.
Well, it also helps with the puddle room, because you can just do a spin slash to kill the lights, and only one slash for the...
Oh yeah, right, that's really helpful.
And then coming up here, instead of a 4 cycle for Agunama, it's a 3 cycle.
Agunama? Agunama Tada.
I think that's his name.
I don't know any of the boss names in this game, I guess. Let's see, 1 spin slash. 2. Yeah, that's a free cycle. And just taking the ferry.
Now we'll be coming... Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, now we're coming up to the dungeon item, the slingshot. You get a shoot. Sort of like the seed shooter, except less exciting because you can't go in 8 directions.
I actually prefer the slingshot over the seed shooter. I always disliked the seed shooter in Aegis, I don't know. It just felt sluggish, you know, because you can't move around and shoot things with it. But on the other hand, I guess the seed shooter as well as the slingshot are like probably the reasons we have those really slow cards in this game. Because the game expects you to use the slingshot while being in the cart. As we can see in Sagaz' screen now.
Yeah. And doing a save and quit there, because it's faster to go back, do a warp, and then get the chest rather than riding the cart back and grabbing the chest.
Yeah, bless RNG for Sagaz.
And nice...
shoutouts to... yeah. Shoutouts to Dren, who got like the double keys on his side, sort of like in his way, and he killed both of those keys and still got the switch. That's really sick. Nice shortcut there by Sagaz with those jumps. Like those are one of the many jumps in this game, which are really rather difficult, I'd say, but really need time saves if you get them all done correctly. So this is like more of a jump and run. And what is Sagaz doing there? Is the save and quit there really faster?
No, it's not.
I don't know, man. But I guess you have the seat for the whole room here. I don't know. I have to ask him about that later. I don't know if that has been tested. And some good pattern there. Oh, nice. He almost got a 1 cycle. That's sick. And the 2 cycle, which is rather easy with the powering level 2. Equipping it right away because we won't be needing it for this boss. And going for the save strats here. A really easy way to set up. And he still also takes the boost to make really sure he has enough, what you call it? Enough velocity, I would say, to make the jump over those 3 tiles. Obviously, the game only intends you to jump over 2 tiles with having the feather and the Pegasus seats.
So Goma is annoying, and she's supposed to have 2 phases. The first phase is this phase where you knock her claw off in 10 hits, and then her second phase is where you shoot her eye, and she sort of starts moving around more randomly, spawning her babies and closing her eye. So here you can just shoot her eye 15 times and it'll kill her, and then you can be done. Dragon forgot to grab a key.
He forgot the key. This guy. Yeah. He's probably really rusty these days with this game.
You know, it happens sometimes. So after Dungeon 4, they go down into this little area to grab the Pyramid Jewel. Like, before Dungeon 3, they went into the Bomb Wall Cave to get the Square Jewel. These are jewels that are needed to get into the area before Dungeon 6. And now that they have Gale Seeds, they'll be visiting the Pegasus Seed Tree just about every time that they get out of it.
Yeah, do you know what makes the grease, the seeds on the Pegasus tree grow back?
A certain amount of screen transitions that aren't like warped or like which is why the thing where you go and like after Dungeon 5 you go and grab the Pegasus seeds the first time, and then you go get the Circle Jewel, and then come back after getting the X-shaped jewel, respawns the Pegasus.
Yeah, could be like 15 or 16 screen transitions there.
Dragon getting the jump on the second try with no boosts and no buffer. He is braver. Also, Saga is doing the most fun part of the game, I think. I love this part because it's all a lot of jumping and quick moves. This game is secretly a Mario game. It just
yeah. There's so many jumps, and Dragon really has to take care there. Like you saw, Goma's claw does like 1.5 hearts of damage, and like what you see Dragon doing there, what you see Sagaz doing earlier, like once again, it looks fun and easy and simple and whatever, but you know, just try it on your own. You'll figure out a lot of these jumps and a lot of these strats are probably not that easy, not as easy as they look here. So like this is still a quite challenging speed game, I would say, and actually also a rather long speed game, comparing it to Link's Awakening or Link's Awakening DX. Or Oracle of Ages, which is also like 10 minutes shorter. Or probably not that much anymore. Jesus, man. Like, see, Ages world record is 134 and Seasons is 139 by now. Ooh la la. When I started speedrunning this game, it was 10 minutes. Now it's only 5 minutes. Yeah, but anyway, talking about ages and seasons, huge shout outs to Seamaster91, who currently has world record not only for Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, but also for his main game, Zelda Four Swords Adventures for the GameCube, and Link's Awakening, the classic Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, the non-color version. And I guess that's about it, though. But he's a really, really good speed gamer. He like, I don't know where he's really just really talented. I guess you could say that. And yeah, ooh la la indeed. It's every time I watch Sagaz. We actually have a European match today. I don't know if you guys knew that. We have Sagaz, who lives close to Paris, so he's from France, and we have dragonc0 from the Netherlands. Probably also the reason why this match is at a rather afternoon time of the day for you US folks.
So, this is Dungeon 5. It can be split roughly into get the Magnet Glove, get keys, and use keys.
Oh yeah, right.
Also, this game has jumping, running, magnets. Clearly, Breath of the Wild is a port of Oracle of Seasons. My conspiracy theory for the day. You're welcome.
Yeah, they just thought, oh my god, Oracle of Seasons, that game kicked ass. We need to have that once again in a Zelda game.
Exactly what I'm saying. Saga's doing some fancy jumping there with the Magnet Glove. It has a lovely sound to accompany it when it's being used.
Oh yeah. Weep, weep. Also being on the exact right seat count here, you want to have exactly 6 seats. Up, down, down, up. And he gets a seat drop. That's sick, man. Instantly using the Pegasus seats, of course. Seeing that he's got an extra seat drop. Now he's gonna be able to like spam a few seats now and then.
It's important to make sure to remember which ones you kill in which order, because that will allow you to get the key. If you don't, they turn into anti.
Yeah, right. That's that's also the reason why I was like sort of counting, quote unquote, counting along with a up, down, down, up. I mean, like all runners do this, I guess, when they are in this room, and I find it sometimes quite hard to distinguish which of the statues is dying first. But I guess if you're playing it the same every time, you sort of got a pattern in there.
Also, I don't think we covered it yet, but when they do a save and quit, it's like you open the save and quit menu, and then you go down to save and continue and do a soft reset, rather than going down to save and quit just to save a few frames.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like moving down the cursor button 2 times, of course, takes longer, and the problem is the option save and quit you can choose in that menu. It just takes like too long for the screen to fade out and whatnot. Also, some other thing we didn't cover. You probably wondered like half a minute ago why Sagaz was able to like walk over those pits after using the magnet gloves on that revolving thing there. And that is because there are like some developer intended jumps you have to make, and you can only make them if you're like I don't know, what do you call them, those like turning magnet points, polars, or whatever you call them.
The rotating magnet.
Rotating magnet, yeah.
So when you're on a rotating magnet, you have like a couple of seconds where you can walk over it, and that's what they use. Also, jumping through the flames to skip a terrible room.
That
it-
room looks so sick, man.
Yeah. And then grabbing the boss key and doing a save. Now, this upcoming area is really cool when you can do it fast.
Yeah, I love how you can do all these underground sections really fast with Pegasus Seed's Feather and Manklet Gloves. They just look so swag if you see them the first time. Ah, not getting it. This jump is quite difficult. Yeah, he's getting it though. And time for the boss. Of course, we have to use the item we found in that very dungeon. I have to hit him 4 times and then make sure to get rid of all the small guys. And the best way to do that is just exactly to do what Sagaz does. Just moving it back and forth always a little. And he gets 1 cycle. Well done by Sagaz there.
Shoutouts to the ones. Also shoutouts to baby me, who thought you had to kill those with my sword. And a very, very grueling time, because they take 2 hits each.
And there we have the rotating magnet on Dragon screen, and you can see it like you have, I would say, like a second of leeway. Oh my god! Oh, he's intentionally taking death. What is he doing there? That's interesting. He got hurt so badly that he just thought, okay, I'm gonna roll with it. Just take the death warp. Go back to the entrance of dungeon. Doesn't make him lose actually that much time. So she should be sort of okay. Still the major time loss being the key he forgot in Dungeon 4, and he did die somewhere, right? Did he die somewhere in Dungeon 4?
He died in the spike room.
Yes, exactly, in the spike room, yeah.
So here you'll see Sagaz switch to the mystery seeds. That's because mystery seeds are interesting. They can do the effects of the 4 other seeds, and there is going to be a torch that you have to light. You can light a torch with a mystery seed. You have like a 1 in 4 chance of actually getting it to light. So we'll see how lucky Sagaz is.
I was like 7th try or something. I guess.
Yeah, and the reason why they put it on the mystery seed instead of the amber seed is just to save an extra menu, because you have to use the mystery seed to summon the black beast and kill it.
Oh yeah, and especially with seeds or the seed shooter, menuing is a really pain in the buttocks, because it's, I don't know, it just takes forever to not only select the item but then wait for the like under menu to open up and then select the seed you want to equip for the satchel or the seed shooter. So you want to try to minimize the menus for your seed satchel or seed shooter as much as possible while doing menu routing.
And now we're in the best area of the game with the best meat.
Oh yeah, Tom Runes type. I don't know. I never get tired of that music.
It's so ethereal and ancient.
Yeah, it's like ancient, but also soothing, and I don't know. Also musically speaking, you know, harmonically speaking, really interesting, I would say. And it has like some monotone vibe to it, but you know, not too boring for my taste.
So, upcoming is the Lost Woods, and I believe Sagaz gets the Noble Sword. Because you can skip the Noble Sword in the Power Ring route, but it's annoying. So, to get the Noble Sword, there is a trading side quest, and that side quest requires you to get a phonograph to give to a Deku Scrub, who will tell you how to get there, but as long as you know the way, you can just go left each time, going from coldest to hottest season, and then you'll arrive at the grove with the Noble. And
I actually realized today that Sagaz did put like the pattern in his split name, so he doesn't forget it.
Oh, nice. And then to get to the entrance to Dungeon 6, you have to go left, down, right, up, going from coldest to hottest season.
Yeah, I find it actually quite boring that like the order of the seasons is the same both times, but only the direction you're moving is different. But whatever, you know. Probably devs were like, they couldn't make it happen code-wise.
I demand to go from the hottest to the coldest season because I want to arrive at Charm Ruins in the middle of...
In the what?
In the middle of winter.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what that would make. That would make some snow piles, as we can see here. And
yes.
One of those snow piles, we need to like go up that small barricade there, like that small obstacle there where you can only go up there because like there were no stairs. I mean, we didn't see that screen outside of the winter season, but actually there's like no way to go up there. Only way to go up there is to make it winter and have these enormous snow piles that you can actually walk on.
And then you have to push an Armos and make it spring so that you can get shot up there because of course they have to put an Armos. Let's just make some fake longevity in this. Now we're in the Dungeon 6. My favorite dungeon because I like its aesthetic. It's kind of got an Indiana Jones Lost Tomb sort of trappy.
Oh yeah, actually, right, yeah.
There are rooms in this dungeon that are completely pointless, and you get there, you kill all the enemies, no chest appears, and it's like, yeah, you wasted your...
Some really interesting puzzle there with the Magneto Glove. Sagaz doing the fast thread there. Let's see if he gets a quick cycle. Yeah, well done. Not too bad.
So the annoying thing about the magnet ball is that if you change polarity over a pit or over lava for later, the ball falls in and you can't get it back and you have to reset the room.
Oh yeah, alright, that's something to take care of. Ooh, almost got boosted into the pit there, but making the free tiles jump there without a problem. Also one of the jumps that is like rather easy looking but very difficult in my opinion. I guess it's like a 2 or 3 pixel windows at most. And you have to be really... Oh, that's a neat strat there with the storm seeds. I'm always saying storm seeds because in German it was like storm seeds, but of course I meant the gale seeds. Nice strat with the gale seeds there for those, what you call them, those pea hats? No, not pea hats. Hard hats, I think.
I just call them spikes. I thought the, like, metal ball beetles are hard hats.
The metal ball beetles.
The beetles that you can only kill with the metal ball.
Oh, okay. And Sagaz getting another Pegasus seed drop. That's really amazing, actually. That also gives him the opportunity to just spam seeds throughout this dungeon.
Super nice. Also super nice, the magic boomerang. It is a boomerang that allows you to move it while you're holding it down. And is actually, like, a good item, unlike the level 1 boomerang.
Yeah, which we never got, because its only purpose was to get winter, but we, like you said, you saw earlier, we just used the bomb to activate that switch. Yeah, of course he equips Boomerang and Seeds now, and you see him just spamming like a seed there, even though he had only like, I don't know, 4 tiles to walk to the staircase, but he knows he can spam all the seeds he wants now. Should be a little careful with his health, though he gets like a fairy in like 2 rooms. Of course, dropping another seed there. That room is a little finicky with seeds, but yeah, Sagaz knows his stuff, so like, he has no problem there.
This upcoming room is the Indiana Jones room.
Oh, exactly.
You get the treasure, and it starts crushing walls. And if you are unfortunate enough to get crushed by the walls, you will get sent back to the beginning of the dungeon. Because this dungeon really does not like people walking through.
Equipping the power ring again. Usually you'd have to use a spin slash. Yeah, spin slash. Thanks. A spin slash to kill them, but a normal slash with power ring level 2 works as well. So yeah, luckily you get the fairy there right before the fight.
Now is the mini boss fight Vire. Vire is annoying. He does 3 different attacks. He has this charging attack, which is what you want. Then he has a corner attack, which means you can't hit him. And then this circle attack where you can sort of hit him if you jump well. Or, like, get close enough.
He had a really good fight there. Like, the execution on this last hit, for example, where you just, like, jump towards him and do a spin slash, those are really tight. Like, you don't have to be too far away, so the spin slash won't hit. First try, easy peasy every time. So you don't have to be too far away, but also obviously not being too close, because then he just runs away from you.
And that button room is random. It changes every time, and there's no guarantee which button. Luckily, if you do get it, the wrong one, you can just leave and re-enter and it resets. The equivalent in Oracle of Ages is you have to pull a lever and the door is closed. And if you pull the wrong lever, you get ropes and you have to kill them. And then keep pulling the lever to make sure that you get the right one.
Ages is just way more evil. And yeah, we're already at Manhandler.
Manhandler. Go ahead, sorry.
You go ahead.
The heads open when you're not on the side that the heads are. And you need to hit each head with the magic boomerang 3 times, and then you have to hit the body of Manhandler 3 times, and then you can slash his crystal core, and it will...
Yeah, so like, you want to obviously make sure that you hit the heads 2 times, and then the third hit, at best you hit all 4 heads at the same time with the last hit, because like with every head going away, it's just Manhandler goes crazy and going freakishly fast throughout the room. And yeah, that's kind of annoying to not get manhandled, Kappa. Sagaz doing a hard reset here. Going for another RNG manip to get a good RNG, to manipulate the RNG as a matter of fact, to get the first try bell. Also curious on how Dragon will fight Vire here.
So, like the Star Aura, the bell is in 4 different locations. And also, like Star Aura, the first 2 are more preferable, but the third one's not as bad. The 4th is just terrible.
Yeah, 4th one is really, really bad, but as I always like to say, remember Dren's old world record. He got 4th try, Star R, and 4th try Bell. And still got the world record.
So the way to figure out where the bell is, you have to lift this pirate skull up and bring it over a sand pit. So he didn't get first try, which means the manipulation didn't get second try. Dragon got first try on the thing, the button. Technically, once you figure out which place the bell is in, you can drop the skull. You can even let the skull go off screen, and then you can go into that pit, and you'll still get... I know, because that's happened to me before.
Yeah. It's somewhat annoying if you miss it, and Sagaz won't be happy. Because like he lost about 7 to 9 seconds, I guess, for doing that hard reset and to set up the manipulation for the first try bell, and now getting third try. I mean, like, I just kind of rather like to roll with it, and if I get good RNG, I gain time. If I get bad RNG, I lose time. You know, that's just how it is. But I mean, Sagaz is rather eager about consistency, and so I understand his point and his choice of strats to do the manip there. Dragon having a rather good fight here for Manhandler. Let's see if he will be able to catch up. Like, he's probably 1 or 2 minutes behind at least, I would say. But like you said in chat before, nothing's done after we get through Dungeon 8. And of course the final boss can screw you up. Or like the way to the final boss. Like there was, you know, this one really good legendary speedrunner of Oracle of Seasons who was like on world record pace, and he got grabbed by the hands, you know, just right before the boss. I don't know what his name was, but he was one hell of a speedrunner of this game, you know. And you know, that's the stuff that can happen. Just right before the boss fight, you lose 30 seconds. Oh god, getting the accidental C-drop there on Dragon's screen. Oh, I'm sorry, I should shush for the epic music, because pirates are sailing out of the screwing desert. Really nice music. I like the bass line at the end as well. Boom, 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 boom.
Shoutouts to dead pirates who get seasick with their no stomach.
Yeah, like we said before, don't question logic in Zelda games.
Also shoutouts to pirates who are dead and still die and have ghosts.
I mean, I guess we talked about this before, but I mean, no wonder they're seasick if they're like always spinning around by themselves. Yeah, exactly. Why are they spinning, you know? Only makes it worse.
They're perfecting their dance routine. See, you didn't know this, but they're actually in a recital for their all-skeleton ballet, Pirates on the Sea.
Nice one. And Dragon getting the worst RNG. So technically, could if he left the skull at pit 3 and just walk to pit 4 and drop into the pit there?
No, like, you have to stay on the same screen. If you leave the screen, you roll the arm.
Oh, okay. Talking about RNG, Sagaz doing some manipulation there. You saw him again doing a hard reset. And I don't recall him taking a hit here, so I don't know if he screwed up this RNG already. Hopefully not.
I don't think so.
I don't remember him taking the hit there, though, but let's see how the enemies will move there. Oh yeah, he's still in the right RNG. That's the pattern he want to have. It's really important to kill the enemies rather quickly and always in that certain way he did. Because also enemy movement can roll the RNG. Sword slashes do roll the RNG by one each, by one per sword slash. And also another really cool trick called post skip. Obviously this wasn't really developer intended, but with really tight movement and use of the Pegasus seeds, you can actually make it to the staircase before the fourth torch goes out, and that skips a small mini boss fight there, and also skips a key if I can recall correctly.
Yeah, you get to save a key that you get from the beginning of the dungeon, and instead of having to get a key from an annoying part where you have to jump through some rotating magnets and kill a bunch of wizrobes and stuff, instead you just keep that key and don't even worry.
Yeah, in case you're just tuning in, this is the best of 3 finals of Oracle Seasons tournament. We started the tournament in August this year. We had a really nice double bracket and elimination tournament going on so far. Dragon being the winner of the upper brackets, whatever. I hope I explained that correctly. Sagaz being the winner of the lower bracket tourney tree, and the all finals being a best of 3. Both of our runners won one race so far, so it's 1-1 at this, and this is the final match of the best of 3. So whoever wins this race is going to be the Oracle of Seasons Tournament Champion 2018.
They're gonna be the big win. They will cement their legacy for this year as the best Oracle of Season runner of this. So Sagaz is coming up to the first post-sister fight that you're going to see, but technically the second. So the post-sisters wait in their tombs here for someone to light their torches, and then they, when they get killed, they're like, oh, no. And these torch rooms stay lit. You can't skip through this one because swimming is...
We could probably skip this room in Link's Awakening, the axe with the Jesus jumping where you could jump over water. Not in this game, though. This game has just, like, not enough glitches, you know? That's the problem. I don't know if that's enough on Sagaz. Oh, yeah, it is enough.
Yeah, it is.
I'm always unsure. This is like a pixel-perfect setup. You can see Sagaz using his sword there to set up pixel perfectly to make, again, a jump over 3 tiles, where the game only intends you to do 2-tile jumps with having a feather and the Pegasus seeds, and that way Sagaz could have gotten the Rocks Cave, which is obviously the coolest, swaggest, best item in any Zelda game, because in combination with the Pegasus seeds you can jump over 6 tiles in a row, and if you're really a really well player, you can also sometimes even jump over 7 tiles in a row, but more about that later.
So if this game wasn't all running and jumping earlier, now it is definitely all running and jumping, because Pegasus Seeds and Cape is absolutely... Except when you use a bomb boost on it. Dragon not going for the manip so he can activate those Armos without having to worry about it ruining his...
I mean, like, you know, I would actually also understand when people say I'm not gonna go for that manip because, like, every hard reset and setting up some and using some sword slashes to set up RNG always takes you like about, I would say, 8 to 10 seconds. So like your manipulation has to be like on point to be faster than average RNG, I think. Oh, and Dragon going for the fool's jump and getting it. Nice job there. So what I'm trying to say here is sometimes you just like it's a wise choice to just forget about RNG manipulations and just do your thing, you know. And if the good RNG lord wills it, you will save time, and if not, you will lose time, you know. It's just like just the way it is with these games. And of course we can see the benefit from the level 2 powering. Just after 5 slashes the boss is gone in the second phase. 5 slashes in the second phase. And really good Dungeon 7 here by Sagaz. Like, his consistency is really nice. And yeah, talking about RNG manip here, we're seeing a really bad patterns though in this almost room for Dragon. So comparing this pattern to the way Sagaz was able to go through this room, of course Dragon loses a bunch of time here. Because it's just so slow pushing around these Armor statues through the room. Yes, exactly. There's something the TAS does, as well as in Oracle of Ages as in Oracle of Seasons, which is called pit walking. Some people in the community say it's TAS only. Some people say it's not TAS only. I reckon it is TAS only.
It's TAS only.
I don't know. I had a lot of discussions about that, but yeah, the inputs on this are like probably impossible to replicate properly to do a pit walk. So the TAS for Oracle of Ages as well for Oracle of Seasons can do some really weird stuff that is just like not RTA available. And we can see Dragon just like standing there for a minute, knocking his sword against the wall, trying to move further to the left so he can do the jump.
Also, silly Dragon trying to open the chest from And shoutouts to saving the world. Obviously, the only way to do it is by raining hellfire down from. Truly the hero that Holodrum needed.
I mean, it was in an uninhabited part, so, you know, we're okay.
Now they can't rebuild the temple because it's all covered in lava. If they didn't have the lava there, Link couldn't go down to get the final essence and save. Minor details, you know.
Let's not question this. Some really nice jumps here, like Mighty said, you know, it's just like just a jump and run game. But actually some of these jumps are really precise. So
particularly that one jump that he did in the green rock room with all the keys and that bridge.
Yeah.
That is a very, very tight jump, and I don't know how y'all go for it every time.
It's really weird because your movement are like somewhat somewhat anti-natural, I would say. Because you're not making the jump if you're like cutting the corner closely. you sort of like have to wait a little till you cut the corner and then you actually make the jump. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, but I'll take your word on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, like, my English is really rusty these days, and especially talking about technical stuff and whatnot, I'm like really not the best for these kind of shenanigans these days.
Yeah, you know it happens. You're over there.
It's okay. We gotta roll with that. We can see Sagaz doing a save and continue here. Just to be sure, if he screws up HSS skip a bunch of 2 times too often, that he will be still able to continue the race. And this is what we all have been waiting for. We have a 7-tile pit, and our runners will be attempt to do a jump plus bomb boost plus double frame perfect jump to go over that very pit, which is called Hyper Slingshot Skip because it skips half of the dungeon as well as the mini boss and the item of the dungeon, the Hyper Slingshot. And yeah, second try, easy peasy every time. He got second try before in his practice run as well. Wow, that was really well done by Sagaz. I mean, his execution is just through the roof.
That is a very hard jump, and he did it. That's good. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just awful.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be really nice, sometimes it can be really bad, and Sagaz just keeps getting it right every time. It's like...
Yeah, Sagaz is just a really good gamer in every speed game he does. I mean, he also speedruns Link's Awakening DX. And, what does he speedrun as well? I guess he started learning Oracle of Ages, but he didn't finish it yet. But like these Zelda games for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, he really is a talented boy with those ones. Well, I won't say Sagaz won because you know, there's still a lot that can happen. He has a really generous lead by now, probably about, I don't know, 4 to 5 minutes.
Still died to Onyx.
Yeah, but like, you know, nothing's set in stone now.
Oh yeah, another interesting that I didn't know was a difference until I started playing Seasons Rando. In the English version of Seasons, these ice crystals have a hitbox, whereas in Japanese, they don't. Like, you can't walk through them in English, but in Japanese... Also, Dragon getting confused and changing the seat.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to... Oh yeah, that's probably the randomizer confusion. He played too much randomizer these days, I guess. Because usually the seasons are just preset to go through that part of the game, to go through those screens there. A computer crash can happen too. That's right, Aldous. So those crystals have a hitbox. So as in hitbox, as in you can take hits by them, or like as in you can throw them on enemies?
It's like they are solid for you in English, whereas in Japanese they're not. They, in both versions of the game, they will hit and hurt enemies.
Okay.
Sorry for not making that clearer.
That's okay. Every game has rando these days, yeah, probably. Shoutouts to, I guess, Jangler. Was it Jangler who did the randomizer for Seasons?
Yeah, Jangler for both Ages and Seasons, and shoutouts to Herediman for making the...
For making the what?
The tracker.
Oh, he made the tracker, yeah. Like,
So,
the connection Discord is sometimes cutting off a little. That's why I'm, like, asking.
oh, I'm sorry. So what's going on here is the only original boss, also a super easy boss. Also, she does not fit the theme of the dungeon.
And dragging, being a real badass, skipping, of course, the mandatory hard container in Dungeon 8.
Sagaz.
I actually think there is a Pokemon Gen 1 randomizer. At least I was told.
Yeah. I think
And
I've
yeah,
seen
like
people.
135, 30-ish. That's a really good pace so far for Sagaz. Actually looking at his timer now, he seems to be 12 seconds ahead of his PB.
He just got a PB.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago. And he's ahead of that PB again.
Oh, wow.
He's on fire tonight, that guy.
It's true. So, it was important to go back to Horn Village because once you get all of the essences, the Maku tree has to give you his seed, and then you use the Maku seed in conjunction with all of the essences to break through the barrier to enter Dragon's castle, and then go and fight Dragon. Not Dragon, Onyx. Sorry. I had 4 hours of sleep last night.
Dragon getting the first frame perfect jump done well, but the second one not as much. So he'll have to retry. Setting up the pixel again. And Dragon doing a more old school method of the HSS skip where you have to throw the bomb manually. Sagaz did a rather optimized strat where you don't have to throw the bomb manually. Getting the first buffer just done right. Now he has to do some buffers to get the second frame. Overdid there. Frame buffering in this game is really annoying. Like, because you can't advance frame by frame like you can in some speed games. You just have to unpause and pause the game again at the very right frame. And during the fade in and fade outs, you can basically check if you are on that frame you want. So, yeah, frame buffering in Oracle games, it's kind of a pain. Also, shoutouts to the runner who got grabbed by the hands and still got world record.
We were all very proud of you, Bamboo.
Oh god.
Now time to fight Facade for real. So we want Facade to blow out the flame, cause that is the quick way to get him dead. He'll stay out long. If he doesn't, then you'll be waiting around. Also, if you run out of bombs, it's tragic, because then you have to wait for Facade to drop spiders who may or may not drop bombs. So, with the power ring, Onyx goes down differently. So, without a power ring, he'll take 7 hits. With it, he'll take 6 hits in his first phase. Without the power ring, he'll take 7 hits in his second phase. With it, he'll take 4 hits. When you hit Din's Crystal, you get electrocuted, and that electrocution will cause the game to think you're hitting him again. So, like, you double your hits. So Sagaz does 2 spin slashes, so he gets 2 spin slashes in instead of 1.
Oh, Sagaz screwing up the quick kill there. We can see second try there on Onox, just doing the stun lock. A rather new strat, and it's time. And we have Sagaz finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 39 minutes and 40 seconds. His timer says 1 hour 39:39. That's another PB for this guy. Oh my god. Double PB for Sagaz tonight. The first one in the practice run, the second PB in the stream live on Speed Gaming, and we got Sagaz with us now. Congrats, dude.
Yes.
Hi, Sagaz. Congrats on your new PB.
Hi, Mighty. Thanks.
And also congrats to dragonc0, who forfeited the race and finishes the Oracle of Seasons tournament 2018 with a second place. Yay! Hey, you beat me, man.
Yeah.
So, Sagaz, what a decent run, man. I don't know, man. Like every time I watch your stream, you had like some minor hiccups. And I was like, this run is not going to be something, you know.
That's actually, so today I just played the best plays on the middle run that I was pretty weak some weeks ago, and now that's I have no words.
Yeah, congrats. I mean, like I watched your practice run before the finals, and it was really, really well played. So I didn't know that you could like just pull it out all again for this run. I mean, it's a really long run, and just to stay focused for that very long period of time, it can be challenging, especially when there's like something kicking you back in the run. I don't know, Dragon, when was the time when you thought, oh god, this is gonna be awful? I don't know, that was like the first hiccup, I guess, was in D4, right?
When the keys blocked my bomb ball, I'm like, I have nothing else to do but wait and hope he goes down, but he went up and I got 3 hits of that, and after that it just went straight down.
Oh, yeah, that looked very painful, man. Like, yeah. I mean, like, it was very cocky to still go out for the like the fade out buffer and then the jump.
Oh, you mean on D5?
Yeah, Dragon had some problems in D4, I guess.
On D4.
Oh, D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
Oh yeah, this jump. Yes.
I buffered the jump instead of just walking off, so I had to wait, and then the keys were in the way, and
Oh, okay.
stuff happened.
Yeah, I was just about to say D4 is a really challenging dungeon, and you have to take care because everything is just keys, and everything is so evil and taking hearts away from you, and you know, whoops. But yeah, I guess RNG wise, it was kind of equal. You both had third try star ore.
I missed the bell manip.
You missed your bell manip, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, Dragon.
I had skull manip, but I forgot I had to do that before the first bit instead of after the third bit, where it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the legendary fourth pit. That's really a shame. Fourth pit manip for the win, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I know how you must have felt there. I mean, it's never fun to race Sagaz in this game. I know what I'm talking about.
Sorry. So sorry. And again, second try, just escape.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Like in both your runs tonight.
Yes.
Like
I did the same mistakes on both. That's
yeah. And Dragon, you got it eventually 5th try, I guess.
6th maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I was looking at Sagaz because he was like PB pace. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
To be honest, after my D3, I was like, that run is bad. It's gonna be bad during all the race. But D4 happened, D5 happened, D6 happened. I was like, oh man, I'm on PB pace. World Record PB pace, and yeah.
Yeah, 138 soon, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if I run the game, it will happen.
Dragon, you had like some interesting RNG rolls on the manip on the way to Dungeon 2. Was that intentional?
Which one?
Oh no, I you know, like you didn't do sword slashes after getting out of Sub Rosa.
No, I
noticed
got
that.
the rupee. That fixes my RNG.
Ah, okay.
Which means I didn't have to do any sword slashes.
Ah, okay, that's nice. And I also realized that like the moblins move a little differently there, but I guess that's because you put your season's rod on B, right?
Yep.
Ah, right.
At least I don't know which green you're talking about, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the one that you equip rod after doing your manip after slashes.
Yeah,
also
this.
with the rupee there, I also get a different RNG than I normally get also. So
Okay,
either
yeah,
way,
like,
it is different.
it is different. Yeah, I mean, like, but this game is really weird with like having different RNG depending on where you put your items.
Only on that screen.
Probably only on that screen, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. That was Oracle of Seasons Tournament 2018. I guess we should give a huge shout outs to our boy Mashi, who organized the whole thing, commentated a few matches, to just like pinged our asses if we weren't scheduling our matches properly and soon enough. And yeah, so shout outs to Mashi. He's a great guy. He plays both Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, and he also participated in the tournament.
Shoutouts to everybody in the tournament, everybody watching. Y'all were great. It was so much fun. I'm so happy that we got to share seasons with everybody around.
Yeah, it was a blast. And actually, for those of you who don't know it, our commentator tonight, Mighty Mouth, he actually did speedrun this game at Summer Games Done. Was it Summer Games? Yeah, it was Summer Games Done Quick 2018. Having Oracle of Seasons again at Games Done Quick is a big deal for us as a community. So if you enjoyed this game, you should definitely check out his run at the Summer Games Done Quick 2018. And of course, once again, thanks to Fiesel and his speed gaming stuff for enabling us to broadcast these matches over speed gaming. Always a pleasure to have these guys for our tournaments. And congrats once again to our winner, Sagaz. Woo, woo, woo! I'm gonna have a party tonight.
Man, I win the LIDX tournament and now the Seasons tournament. When is Aegis tournament?
Yeah, right.
To add the hat-trick.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, if Seamaster would have been in it, probably would have given us a harder time. But let's see, yeah, maybe let's have an Oracle of Ages tournament soon. Would be a nice reason to start or continue learning the game for some of us, I guess.
Yes, I still need to learn D6 and the Veron up. That's the only thing I need. But D6, it's like a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, you should get Oracle of Seasons world record first, and then you can start learning Ages with Kappa.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, bring back the Seasons Europe, bring back the Seasons world record back to Europe. You know, that's where it belongs.
To Baguette.
To Baguette Town. You know, it was so long in Crowd Town. Now you can have it for Baguette Town. And let's see, maybe it's gonna end up in Crowd Town again. We'll see. Yeah, so I guess that's about it for tonight. Dragon.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the nice race.
Thank you, too.
I enjoyed it. And also made me feel nice to have only lost to the two folks that are actually having the finals tonight.
Yeah, you could have done better. You know that.
Hard ring strats for the win. Hard ring strats for the win. It was enough for Fino, so you know. Yeah, and also congrats to Sagaz and thanks for the nice race. And also thanks to Mighty Mouth for jumping in last minute tonight and doing the commentary with me.
No problem, it was super fun. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.
So yeah, if you're having a Friday afternoon or Friday night, depending on your time zone, let's check out the speed gaming schedule. You can also always check that out by yourself, of course, on speedgaming.org/schedule. And we'll have some... Whoa, I'm surprised. We're having some randomizer tonight. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Yeah, we're gonna have some a Link to the Past randomizer. There's actually a tournament right now in fall. Which is like some super randomized stuff. Which not only randomizes the items, but also the game mode and stuff. So you have to be like a really versatile Link to the Past randomizer speedrunner to be able to do that. So I'll also have that on Speed Gaming 4, I guess it is, at this very moment. And oh yeah, it's a daily race. I saw that wrong. And we're having on Speed Gaming main channel the Super Mario World qualifiers. And there's obviously a tournament coming up, so should be looking forward to that as well. That's a really nice speed game as well. Yeah, so I guess I better shut up now. And it's gonna wrap it up. Sagaz, any final words for us and our viewers?
Just thanks everybody for the tourney. It was very great. Never expected to win the tournament at the very beginning. And yeah.
Alright. So my name was Bamboo Shadow. I was joined by Mighty Mouth. And you guys have a nice afternoon and a nice evening. We'll see you around. Till next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye.